Over the next few weeks, I'm going to be living out of my Toyota Tacoma as I drive from Los Angeles all the way to Idaho and then across the entire country to Vermont. I may even accidentally end up in Canada. There are bears out with cubs. I will be stopping to sleep at all different sorts of places along my route, including the remote mountains of Wyoming, spending 24 hours in the world's quirkiest drugstore, and even sleeping on the side of the road. I started my journey in Los Angeles, California and drove 14 hours north to Boise, Idaho. A couple weeks of recovering there and spending some time with my family, I set off from Idaho to Vermont. Buckle up and come along with me as I explore the United States while living out of my truck. So, my parents are against this. I told them that I wanted to buy a van and live out of it and travel. They did not want me to. They kept referencing this SNL skit.
And I live in a van down by the river.
So I could sort of understand where they're coming from, I guess. But honestly, it's just been a dream of mine to live out of a vehicle because it's the ultimate freedom mobile where you can just sleep out of your car and literally go anywhere. Like there's no limits. It's the ultimate freedom setup. Since I can't afford a van right now, I decided to just use what I have, which is my truck. Thanks for coming, Nana.
You bet.
Love you.
I love you too. I have a safe trip.
Thank you. Hi, Papa.
I love you.
I love you too.
I'm so proud of you and what you're doing. You got a lot of guts.
Thank you.
You do. You have intestinal fortitude.
Thanks. Intestinal fortitude. I thought I got rid of this when I moved, but apparently I didn't. Dad, you should have it.
Bye, Nan. Love you. I will let you see your food, okay? I will. I'll call you and text you. The 45-hour-long cross-country road trip begins! Woo! My first stop is going to be Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and that's about 7 hours away. So I had planned on living out of my truck while driving to Vermont for a while, but a few months ago, the craziest thing happened. I was living in LA working, and I wake up one morning to go to set. I walk out to my truck, and my tailgate is gone. It's just taken off and stolen. Someone just stole my tailgate. What the heck? LA is a psycho. So that obviously put a wrench in my plans of living out of my truck, but a few days before I was supposed to leave for Vermont, my dad actually found basically what looked like the same exact tailgate that could fit on my truck. So I bought it, hoping it would match. Okay, so I've gone through a whole rigmarole with insurance, but we actually found a tailgate. Honestly, it looks like it could be the exact tailgate that got stolen, especially because it was being sold in Los Angeles. So we ordered it. We don't know if it's the right color. We think it's gonna fit. It finally arrived. If this fits and if it's the same color, I will have saved like thousands and thousands of dollars. Oh, shoot.
It matches! The same color. It's the same color! Yay! I cannot believe it. It's gonna work!
That's the same.
Yay!
No way.
Oh, victory! I
have a tailgate again. And it matched perfectly. Just had to pass 2 tractors. Sounds like Idaho. Everybody is so nice and considerate and smiling. There's people humming. Everyone held the door for me. Just so kind here in Idaho Falls. Wow. It's just so pretty. I just love exploring this part of Idaho, and I'm excited to explore Wyoming because I've lived in Idaho my whole life and I've never been to Wyoming. Just left Idaho and I am crossing into my first state, the state of Wyoming. It is already stunning. Oh my gosh, okay, so I pull into the town of Jackson, Wyoming, and bam, the most beautiful view of the Jagged Tetons. I have been waiting to see these, and so far they're not disappointing. Oh, I'm so excited. So I had dinner up on a patio overlooking the sunset, which was really amazing over the mountains. And it was at a shared table, and there were these 2 girls around my age, and we just started chatting, and she was asking for advice if she should text a boy. And it was just a fun moment, especially as a solo traveler. It's great when you can get to connect with people, especially people like your own age. That was really fun. And she's been to Vermont, and that's where I'm headed. And so she said just have the best time and that she loves Vermont. So I'm very excited. And then in the morning, I'm gonna explore Grand Teton National Park. I can't wait, what a cool place. My plan was to find a cool, dispersed camping spot up in the mountains for my first night of living out of my truck. I had done some research and found GPS coordinates of dispersed camping spots around Jackson Hole. The blog post said that there were a certain number of spots and that I should be able to find an open one with no problem. So I continued upwards, but it started looking like they were all taken. It starts to get dark and I'm in the middle of the woods and it's a really rough, steep, rocky road.
Okay, so I'm not having much luck. All the dispersed camping spots are taken.
All of a sudden, I see bright lights coming towards me, and it's another vehicle.
Here, I'm pulling over. I ran into this forest ambassador and he asked if I'd found a spot and I said no, and he told me where there would be a spot, so I'm going there now. He also said that there are bears out with cubs in the close vicinity, in the near vicinity, and so to not go on any hikes. I found a spot. I think it's gonna have an incredible view in the morning. I am going to just sleep. Night one of sleeping in my Toyota Tacoma. All cozied up. This actually lays really flat. I can stretch my legs. It was a crazy night, but it was really fun. I can't wait to wake up to the view in the morning. This is essential for travel. Good night. Good morning. It was honestly a much better sleep than I expected. I could do this for a few days. So now I'm just gonna put my truck back together, put everything back in its place, pick up the bed, and then go to Grand Teton National Park. I'm sad to leave this campsite, but I've got a lot of more exciting things to do. So what you couldn't see last night was how insane this road was. So I'm gonna try to capture it a little bit, but you know, cameras don't do roads justice. That's a big rock. No problem for my truck, but my old car would not have been able to make this. One of my favorite moments was when the forest ranger, when I was talking to him, he was like, it's kind of rough getting up there, but you could make it in this thing. And I was like, yes, I can make it in this thing. It was so cool, because that was my goal, was to have a 4x4 vehicle that could get me to remote, difficult to get to places. Okay, I got my coffee. I actually got two. I got one hot breve, large, chugged it. But now I'm gonna drive through Grand Teton National Park. I'm very excited. So I got the America the Beautiful Pass, which is $80, and it's an annual pass where you can go to any national park for the entire year. Super worth it. Now I'm gonna take a big loop around Grand Teton National Park and maybe stop at Jenny Lake and maybe do a little hike. But I'm so excited. They are such stunning mountains. It's gonna be a beautiful day. This is so beautiful. I'm walking to Jenny Lake right now. I made it to Jenny Lake. It is just the most stunning, picturesque place ever. The huge Tetons in the background, the lake at the bottom, the glacier at the top. Wow. When I was in line at the coffee shop this morning, there was this little boy and a dad, and the little boy had to go to the bathroom so bad, and they were behind me in line, and I was like, oh my gosh, you can go in front, like, no problem. Now I'm at the national park by Jenny Lake, and the dad was like, oh my gosh, hi friend, you're the one who let my son go in front. And he said to his wife, honey, this is the girl that let us go in front of her in line. And they're like, next time if we're in line for the bathroom, you can go in front of us. I had an amazing time at Grand Teton National Park. Now my goal is to drive all the way through Wyoming and make it to South Dakota today. It is so crazy driving around here because this is bear country, like even grizzly bear country. Speaking of bears, I thought I just saw one. I'm hoping to see one. There are all these signs saying, lock up your food, The bears do visit this campsite. There are signs on the roadway saying if you see a bear, do not stop on the side of the road. Stay in your car, don't get out. I literally thought I saw a bear. It looked just like one. I gasped, audibly gasped, and then I turned around and it wasn't. I'm hoping to see one. That would be so cool. The landscape of Wyoming is already changing. We have these beautiful red hills. They almost look like Badlands. It's the world's largest jackalope exhibit, which is actually not a real thing, but it's hilarious. I am currently at the part of Wyoming where there is nothing. Literally, I am looking at dry grass fields. A lot of Wyoming has been stunning, but I'm currently in the part where there is nothing going on. This is the part my parents warned me about. Update, I almost hit a deer. The road is red. It started raining. I've been like the only one on the road for an incredibly long time. I've been driving through the same landscape for what feels like hours and hours and hours. Oh, and I saw a giant rainbow. Like, where are all the people? There are these towns, but they're just empty. They look like a real town, but there's no people. It's weird. Made it to South Dakota. I'm about an hour and a half away from Rapid City, which is where I'll be staying. It is a beautiful sunset. Nobody's on the road. My first time in South Dakota. It's starting to rain again. Wow, this is so pretty. The colors are insane right now. Great intro to South Dakota, I will say. I made it to Rapid City, South Dakota. I ended up driving like 9 hours today, so it's nice to be in a hotel. I took a shower. They have a gym and free breakfast, so I'm gonna do both of those things in the morning, and I'll see you in the morning. Good morning and welcome to day 3. I am very excited about today. This morning I woke up and got a ton of work done. There was a bunch of things I needed to do before the end of the month, and I planned the rest of my trip. Today I have a busy day ahead of me. I'm going to be visiting Mount Rushmore, Crazy Horse National Memorial, driving across the Needles Highway, exploring Badlands National Park, and staying the night at the famous South Dakota staple, Wall Drug. I got a coffee for the road, and now time to go to Mount Rushmore! So I'm stuck in traffic on the way to Mount Rushmore, so I thought I would explain a little bit about the Black Hills. So the Black Hills are a mountain range they're sort of an isolated mountain range along the Great Plains of North America. And it's a very sacred place to many indigenous people because it was the birthplace of many tribes, and so a lot of them consider it to be the most sacred place in the world. Okay, I had zero expectations for Mount Rushmore or South Dakota in general and the Black Hills, but oh my gosh, it is gorgeous up here. The drive was stunning. It's covered in beautiful gray stone and tons of trees. I'm just blown away. Mount Rushmore is behind me. I'm about to go get a closer look. One thing about Keystone, though, which is the town closest to Mount Rushmore, is it is so touristy. It is actually hilarious how touristy it was. And Mount Rushmore was actually built to increase tourism in this area, and it definitely worked. Before I get in the car, I am hiking up around 425 steps up to an observation deck to get like another view of Mount Rushmore. It's beautiful. We're in the forest. I just did not realize Mount Rushmore was in the forest like this with these amazing rocks, trees. It smells so good. Mount Rushmore is pretty darn cool, but I have a lot of things that I am going to do today. So time to head to Crazy Horse Memorial. Gosh, this drive is amazing! It's just crazy because I did not expect any of this. So it's just exceeding my expectations. Wow. Okay, got my ticket. So Crazy Horse is the world's largest mountain carving, and it's actually still in progress. It is located in the Black Hills here in South Dakota, and it's considered the 8th wonder of the world in progress. When it is finished, it is going to be incredible. So Crazy Horse was a Lakota leader with his left hand gesturing forward in response to the question asked, "Where are your lands now?" Crazy Horse replied, "My lands are where my dead lie buried." I need a little rest. I am actually so tired. So you can actually pay $5 and take a bus 25 minutes up closer to the monument. I unfortunately don't have time for that because I have to go to Badlands National Park. But first, I'm gonna drive on the Needles Highway. Wow, oh my gosh, cool. Okay, so I'm about 20 miles away from Waldrug. There are thousands of signs. These small painted signs, they're all unique and different and funny. Advertising and marketing Waldrug, this drugstore. There's one that just said 5-cent coffee. This is home for the night. It is hot today. So Waldrug started out as a typical drugstore here in the tiny town of Wall. Back then the population was half the size that it is today. But since the town was so tiny, business was just not cutting it. That's when the owner's wife came up with a brilliant marketing plan offering free ice water to customers and putting up colorful signs along the highway. It was actually so brilliant because back then cars didn't have air conditioning and it gets hot here in South Dakota. Plus ice wasn't as readily available as it is today. So ever since they put those signs up, business has been booming here at Waldrug, and it has grown to over 50,000 square feet. This place is basically an amusement park. So let's go on in and see what all the hype is about. I'm hyped. Oh my gosh. There is even a chapel in here. I have found the free ice water. That is super handy because both of my water bottles are full. I can't even imagine driving in the 1930s. How hot it must have been in those cars. No wonder this place started booming when they were offering free ice water. Thanks, Waldrug. Quenching people's thirst since 1931. So since I'm gonna be here for 24 hours, I'm gonna be able to try a lot of food. I'm starting with the bison burger. That is good, but I'm also really hungry. So they actually allow you to park overnight in their parking lot here at Waldrug. So that's why I'm able to stay here for 24 hours.
Oh, wow. It might look kind of crazy in here, but actually I know where everything is. But I'm excited to wake up in the morning and have some 5-cent coffee, some donuts. All right, I'm gonna sleep good tonight. Good night. Oh, good morning. Oh, I can't stop thinking about 5-cent coffee. Let's go back into Waldrug one more time for 5-cent coffee. Well, it doesn't really matter how good it is because it's only 5 cents. I filled up my waters and I'm gonna get a few snacks for the road to taste test, and then Badlands National Park. So I've spent about 24 hours here in this Waldrug, the most unique, quirkiest, and most famous drugstore in the world. Honestly, this morning I have a new perspective. When I first got here, I was like, So interesting. Like, what's the point, kind of? But this morning I'm just seeing all these families with their kids dancing, looking at all the novelty things, just running around smiling, and it brings people joy. It brings the owners joy, it brings kids joy. It's a fun, unique thing to do when you're on a long road trip. You get some 5-cent coffee, free ice water. Highly recommend stopping if you are in South Dakota. I don't think you need 24 hours, but an hour will do. Okay, so I got a couple snacks from Waldrug to try. First, I got a maple glazed donut, which I thought would go great with the coffee. Ooh. Okay, that looks good. I was eyeing them. Oh, I haven't had a donut in so long. Okay, highly recommend the donuts, especially with the coffee. The donuts make the 5-cent coffee taste a little better. And I also had to sample their fudge. I got the dark chocolate sea salt caramel fudge. Oh, they gave me a tiny spoon and knife. That is so cute. It's the details, you know? Okay. Look at that. Here we go. That is good. I don't even know what I like better. I'm gonna save the rest for when I need to pick me up on the drive. Yum, how fun. Bye, Waldrug. It's been real. Let's head to Badlands National Park. I'm in Badlands National Park. I am so happy. I love going to new national parks. It is so pretty because it's grasslands. Then there's prairie dogs and buffalo, and then there's like the Badlands, and it is such a stark contrast. Oh, I'm about to cry. I just love national parks, and okay, even cooler than I thought. Oh my gosh, I have to pull over. Wow. I'm driving on Mars, literally. This is way better than I even expected. Oh my gosh, I am in Badlands National Park and it is absolutely stunning. It is mind-boggling, so much better than I even expected. You drive in and there are these grasslands with buffalo and prairie dogs, and then you round the corner and there are these deep Badlands, the most unique looking landscape I've literally ever seen. I feel like I'm on Mars. This is amazing. It's honestly pretty loose, like dirt. It looks like gravel, but it's really soft, and one wrong move and I'd be tumbling down that hill, tumbling down that Badland. Great time at Badlands National Park. I definitely want to come back and do some hiking, but now I have the 7.5-hour drive to Minneapolis. I'm gonna stay with one of my amazing friends, Abby, but I just got the news that there is intense southern Minnesota flooding, and that could cause a lot of road closures. There are a lot of road closures, and that could definitely affect my route. So I'm a bit nervous and honestly a bit hesitant. I'm just gonna start the journey and we'll see how it goes. What happened to that? What the heck? What happened over there? I just passed into Minnesota. The drive got kind of boring, but then I had an energy drink. Now I've been listening to this lady who is so knowledgeable about ancient prehistory. It just is so fascinating to me. It's one of my major passions. Ancient megalithic temples, Egyptian history, and this girl is so passionate about it and so engaging and so knowledgeable, and she explains it so well, and I've just been binging her stuff. There's the flooding. Wow. There's like sandbags trying to stop the flooding onto the freeway. That is actually crazy. Okay, so there were some road closures, but I'm able to just go around them. Road closures because of the flooding. It was crazy to see the river, and it was totally flooded, and it was probably up on the road a few days ago. I'm about an hour away. I made it to my friend Abby's house.
house, and she has the most amazing apartment. I forgot to vlog dinner, but we had very good. We had a very good dinner. Oh, okay, we had a very good dinner, and now we're gonna go to sleep. Good night, Tara. Good night. Good morning, day 5 of driving across the country. I slept in a bed. Oh, so nice. Okay, I had a workout. I hung out with my friend Abby, and now I have 10 hours to go to Detroit. My goal is to make it to Detroit tonight, but it says I won't arrive until 1:30 a.m. Eastern time. Here we go, let's do this. Let's drive through a bunch of states and get to Detroit. Oh my gosh, I made it to Wisconsin. That was so quick. Okay, so I couldn't leave Wisconsin without trying the famous cheese curds. Whoa, that's good. All right, heading to Illinois. I just crossed into Indiana. I had no idea I was even gonna go through Indiana. That's crazy. So that's like, how many states? Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, and Michigan. 5 states in one day. That's amazing. Hello, Indiana. Then goodbye, and hello, Michigan. I don't know, I'm starting to say weird things now. I just saw the most insane lightning going across the entire sky that lasted for literally 10 seconds. What the heck? I made it. Good morning. I got in incredibly late last night, like past 2 a.m. But I'm staying with my aunt, and I'm so excited. This morning we're gonna go on a walk, go to a coffee shop. I'm just so excited to have a day not driving and just relaxing. Hi, Griffey. Good morning. It is day 6. I'm driving into Canada today. First time in Canada. Woohoo! We're almost to Canada! So today I'm gonna be crossing the Canadian border. My first time crossing a border while driving. So I don't really know what to expect. I'm hoping it's gonna be simple and easy. Wow, that's Lake Huron. Okay, so we had to pay a toll, $3 toll. Now I'm in line, I think. I just crossed into Canada! Everything went great. I just answered his questions, and here I am. I'm happy. I'm so happy. I'm gonna explore the Canadian side of Niagara Falls. I've seen the USA side, but I've heard the Canada side is much better. All of a sudden, my GPS is in kilometers. I love it! Kilometers per hour, and there's 291 kilometers to Niagara Falls. This has been a dream of mine for so long. I've always wanted to get a van, but honestly, I don't have the ability to purchase one of those right now. And so I figured, why wait and just do it with what I have, which is this amazing truck that is doing the job. Oh, come back. That is, well, if you get anything from this video, if there's something you want to do, literally just do it. It might be scary, you'll probably get pushed back, it might not seem possible, but truly humans are super resilient, and with a little bit of passion and grit, I think you could truly do anything that you want to do. I've been sleeping in my truck. Yeah, it's not glamorous, but it's fulfilling a dream that I've always wanted to do, so it's an incredible experience. And then hey, in the future when I do have an awesome van or an RV or someone to do this with me, then I'll be able to do it again, and it'll be an even better experience, you know what I mean? All right, I'm into Canada. I am staying in a hotel here at Niagara Falls, and then tomorrow I make my final trip to Vermont. All right, I'm gonna get some work done and then go see Niagara Falls. I just found out that it is Canada Day today. It's July 1st, and someone said, oh my gosh, look, they're all dressed up. How adorable. I checked into my hotel and he said, Happy Canada Day. And I was like, oh, thanks, or something. And then I left. I was like, wait, did he just say Canada Day? And then I Googled it and it's July 1st and today's July 1st. And there's tons of people like walking around dressed up in Canada, shirts and hats. My first poutine. Okay, I was starving, but I also really loved that poutine. This is my final day of my road trip. I'm gonna be arriving in Vermont today. I'm very excited. I'm still in Canada right now, and I was gonna go down to Niagara Falls, Canada side, walk around, take some pictures, but I'm like annoyed. If I'm just being honest, I'm annoyed at how touristy the Canadian side of Niagara Falls is. It's basically like Las Vegas. What is happening? Where are we? This is not what I expected at all. There's a roller coaster up there. This place is like an amusement park. It literally feels like we're in Hollywood right now. What the heck? There's just touristy things everywhere, and the parking, I cannot find parking cheaper than 35 bucks. Really did want to get down there and see the Canadian side of Niagara Falls. However, I did just drive by it. It was incredible. Wow, look at those. Oh my gosh, that's incredible. Wow. Okay, yeah, the Canada side is so much more cool. Look, it's so wet that I have to wipe off my windshield. So it was incredible and huge, and I did get to see it while driving by, but I just am not willing to pay $35 for parking, honestly. So I'm crossing the bridge to the USA now, and I'm gonna see Niagara Falls from the American side. See you back in America. This is as good of a view as I'm gonna get. Okay, so you actually get a fairly good view of Niagara Falls, Canada, while leaving Canada. So this is actually not bad, and it's free. Made it to New York! Had a nice little jog. Time to finish this thing off and head to Middlebury. Oh my gosh, the roads in New York are horrible. There's like a bump. Every 2 seconds there's a bump, bump, bump. Unreal. Like, your one job is to make a road a smooth road, and every few seconds there's a Okay, my low point is over. It's actually really cool driving through these little tiny towns in upstate New York with the farms, the trees, the green grass, and I'm actually enjoying it now, so I'm taking it in. I think I'm in some sort of time warp portal situation because I have passed through the town of Verona, then Rome, and now I'm driving through the town of Russia, so. Oh, looks like I'm actually gonna be in Poland next. Exactly 6 more hours and I will be at my final destination. This has been an incredible road trip, a dream come true. Ups, downs, but mainly ups, I will say. It has been incredible, and oh man, I am just so grateful for this opportunity. I'm grateful everything has gone so smoothly and so well. I've gotten to see some great people. Let's finish this off. 6 more hours, baby, of my cross-country road trip across the United States, living out of my Toyota Tacoma. The amount of times I've said that. Here's the beautiful Hudson River. I'm about to cross into Vermont. Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm in. I made it. The nature is unreal. Gorgeous. Welcome to Vermont. Here's my room. 5th floor. Oh my gosh, I'm so hot. Oh my gosh. I have so much stuff to bring up. It's gonna be a nightmare. But I made it.